Okay, so here we go with Hamlet Act 2. First, we're going to do scene 1, of course. So, some time has passed, and this scene opens on Polonius, that's Laertes' dad, in case you forgot, and some servant guy named Reynaldo. So, Polonius asks this guy to go check up on Laertes at school. Now, for some reason, Polonius expects the worst from his son. So, he tells this guy, hey, make sure you look out for any sketchy stuff my kid is up to. And this guy's like, okay, sure, and then he takes off. So, once he leaves, Ophelia, that's Polonius' daughter, enters. She tells Polly all about how Hamlet came to see her while she was by herself, talking about how he looked all shaken up and he held onto her wrist for like 10 seconds and didn't say anything at all. So naturally, Polonius' first thought is that Hamlet is still playing with her emotions. So he says he's going to go talk to the king, and that ends scene 1. Alright, so scene 2 starts off with Claudius the king, Gertrude the queen, and two of Hamy's childhood friends, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. The king's given them a lowdown about how Hamy's been acting crazy and says he wants these two guys to check out what's up. And they're like, okay, sure, and leave. Then Polonius shows up and is like, hey king, I know why Hamlet's insane. And Claudius is like, ooh, do tell. But Polonius is like, not till you listen to the ambassadors to Norway. So these other two dudes come in and they talk about the subplot, with Fortinbras and all that, saying like, yeah, we think we got the whole thing cleared up. Then those guys leave and Polly's like, okay, so Hamlet is mad. Very mad. And I know he is mad at blah, blah, blah. He just goes on, not saying anything important, until finally he reads a letter to Ophelia from Hammy, being like, oh, Ophelia, you're so hot, please love me. And the king and the queen are like, that doesn't prove that he's crazy. So Polonius tells him about how he forbid Ophelia from interacting with Hammy, and he figures that's what made Hamlet crazy. So these three cook up a plot to try and see if they can prove this theory. Then Hammy shows up and Polonius stays around and talks to him. Hamlet throws a ton of these great jokes, but they all go right over Polly's head, and Polly just keeps talking to himself, being like, man, Hamlet is crazy. Then Rosencrantz and Guildenstern come over and the group catch up and talk about philosophical stuff like the world being a prison and so on. Anyway, eventually Hammy reveals that he suspects what's going on and gets them to admit the king sent for them to talk to him. Then there's some wordplay and it transitions into this whole group conversation about the traveling troupe of actors coming soon. Then Polonius is back and Hamlet talks circles around him some more until some actors arrive on the scene. Then Hamlet immediately wants these guys to recite something, but he doesn't know the name of it, but of course he remembers the whole thing, so he starts reciting it from memory. Then one of these players picks up the monologue, and the whole time Hammy and Polonius just start commentating on this performance. After the speech is finished, Polonius and all the other actors leave, and Hammy tells this first actor that he wants him to do a special something for the king tomorrow. Then everybody leaves, and it's just Hammy, and he monologues about how he will reveal Claudius's guilt of murder through the use of the play, and then Act 2 is over.